And our next guest knows exactly what it's like to be in the glare of the Hollywood spotlight. Sil Lai Abrams is a former model. She's also wrote a book called No More Drama, 9 Simple Steps to Transforming a Breakdown into a Breakthrough. And Sil Lai, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, we have you here for several reasons. You might be saying, what am I doing at Court TV? My goodness. Well, 2 reasons. One, you do some work with the Suicide Prevention Action Network, so you're familiar with suicide. And to give us a little background here, you yourself attempted suicide.
Yes, I did, back in 1994.
Back in '94. So, and you've been in this world of entertainment. You're a model.
A former model.
Former model.
Yes.
Lana Clarkson, former model. Mm-hmm. Working with people in the entertainment industry, dating men and interacting with producers. So there are some similarities that we saw in your life and Lana Clarkson's. That's why I want to talk to you about this, from your perspective, the probability of suicide here. Let's talk first, though, about being a model and being in the entertainment industry, and dealing with guys. Isn't every guy that comes up to you, isn't he some sort of a producer? Listen, Sil Lai, I'm a producer. I can get you a role. I can get you a part. I mean, is that just par for the course?
Yeah, it's definitely par for the course. I mean, it's been quite some time since I was in that industry, but back in my early 20s, you go out to a restaurant or to a nightclub, and invariably you're going to meet a lot of people in music. For me, it just seems that those two worlds, music and fashion, seem to collide a lot.
And everyone says, well, hey, why don't you come on over? I'll show you my John Lennon guitar, and who knows, maybe you can cut a record or something. I mean, how common are these types of propositions and men? We're talking about men. Like in this case, Phil Spector. It's clear to me that night he was going out because he wanted to bring a woman home. That was why he was out, and he wasn't going to stop until someone said yes. He went through a date, to a waitress, to another waitress, and ended up with the hostess, Lana Clarkson, who was also the former model. So, I mean, how tempting is it when you're in that industry, or is that the road to success? We've had male experts on before on our show talking about networking. Is that just a code word for women? I know I'm going to go on a date with this guy, but maybe he can do something for me, and we'll just I'll spend some time with him. Is that what happens?
I mean, I think that's part of the course for a lot of people, and everyone's experience is going to be different. So I mean, in my particular case, I never was trying to get into music, so that allure, although I knew a lot of people in the industry, certainly an invitation to go back to someone's house to show me their guitar wasn't going to impress me.
Wasn't. Well, in this case, people have been saying, why did Lana Clarkson go back to Phil Spector's mansion? Lana Clarkson, she's 40 years old at the time. She's still acting. She's putting together a one-woman show. She does have some singing in her background. She's working because she's got to work as a hostess. She's got to do something. She's working in the foundation room at the House of Blues. I don't know if you heard about this place. Super VIP. It's the who's who out in Hollywood that goes there. Well, Phil Spector, turns out, she's told that he's one of these who's who. So she ends up back at his place in the wee hours of the morning. Is it possible, and I say no, that a woman doesn't understand that when you go back to someone's place at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're drinking, that the guy has one thing and one thing only on his mind? I mean, is it just that obvious to me, or is it obvious to women?
I think that what often can happen is that a woman may feel that the balance of power is a little more equal. So in the case of Miss Clarkson, I don't know, I wasn't there that evening, but she may, and certainly this has happened in my life, you may go back to someone's place and think that, they're going to be as respectful of you as you would be of them. And
really, at 3 o'clock in the morning, at closing time, he already hit on the waitress, now he's hitting on you, and come on back, and do you really think you're going to go back there, have a drink, and then go home?
I mean, I've certainly.
I mean, it's possible. I'm just trying to get inside the mindset of Lana Clarkson.
Yeah, I mean,
you think it's plausible?
I think it's plausible. I mean, I think that based upon what I read online with the testimony from the driver, she was coerced. Basically, Phil had needled her for some time, and then when she told the driver, "I'm only going back for one drink," he yelled at the driver, "Don't talk to her." So there was some intimidation going on there.
And a woman, I don't understand it. Ladies, listen to me. Listen to me. 3 o'clock in the morning, all right? He's been bouncing around from bar to bar to bar. He's got one thing only on his mind, and he's going to continue until someone says yes. We'll be back with more right after this.